feel like your to-do list is more than your energy? I used to feel that way every day. I used to plan my weeks and days as if I were a robot that would get everything done on the minute, and not taking into consideration that I am a human being with real interruptions and emotions that would pop out during the day. So being real with myself, I created a simple weekly rhythm that changed everything. If you're new here, my name is Julie, and I help Christian wives who feel worn out in their homemaking, motherhood, or even marriages to release resentment and rebuild emotional and spiritual strength so they can become joyful, free, and whole again, even if their circumstances don't change. If this resonated with you, I want to invite you to press that like and subscribe button to join this community. I'm a wife, mother, and homemaker, and I know how overwhelming it can feel to manage a home, care for your family, try to keep your own soul nourished, and to actually get everything done. I tried online planners, I made pretty to-do lists, but somehow I still felt behind, and I felt like it was just impossible to get everything done in the hours of a day. Until I realized the hours of the day was not the problem, but my schedule routine was. So this is the weekly system and rhythm that helped me go from feeling I'm always behind and running on guilt and coffee to finally getting everything done in peace. The first one is create systems rather than to-do lists. To-do lists are great in the moment. They're definitely something satisfying about checking things off, but they can also leave you feeling defeated when you don't get everything done. A system is about building a rhythm into your life, one that flows with your energy, your seasons, and your priorities, instead of waking up and wondering what needs to get done. I already have a rhythm in place that carries me through my week. Over time, the important things become habits. I don't need to write down do laundry on a list because I already know which days I do it. It's not a task anymore, it's just part of my life rhythm. Systems takes the pressure off. They create consistency. They leave space for real life interruptions, emotions, and grace. The next one is I want you to let go of perfectionism. Getting things done matters so much more than getting everything perfect. When we wait for perfect, we often delay progress, and sometimes we never even start. Perfection can be a trap that keeps us stuck, while consistency and actions are what actually brings results. Personally, my videos aren't always perfect. The lighting isn't always right. I fumble my words sometimes, but I've realized that sharing them imperfectly is more impactful than redoing them endlessly. Progress over perfection is how we grow. The next one is plan your week. Every Sunday night or afternoon, I will plan my entire week. That includes dinners and lunches. Yes, even lunches. But here's the thing, I don't cook every night, and I definitely don't make fresh lunches every single day. I batch cook to save my energy and make the week flow smoother. On Mondays and Wednesdays, I cook dinner. Then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we eat the leftovers. I always make sure there's enough for 2 nights. It saves so much time and mental energy. Friday nights are always super simple. That's usually a pizza or burger night, something easy that doesn't require a lot of effort. And weekends, I take those as they come. My husband actually loves cooking, so I'm lucky enough that he usually helps or takes over in the kitchen on Saturdays and Sundays. I follow the same rhythm with lunches. I cook big batches on Mondays and Wednesdays so my family can eat the same thing on Tuesday and Thursdays. Sometimes I'll make lunch fresh in the morning if it's a recipe that tastes better that way, but that just depends on what I've planned. I also include my husband in the lunch planning. I'll always ask him if he has any preferences for the week. That way I know I'm making things he'll enjoy and it takes the guesswork out of it for me. The next one is map out your biggest tasks for the week, the non-negotiables. So these are the big tasks I want to accomplish each day. I'll decide ahead of time what day I'll do laundry. I'll always check the weather first. If it's going to rain on the day I originally planned, I'll move it. That way, I won't wake up ready to tackle laundry and get met with pouring rain. That little adjustment keeps my week flowing and much better. So plan out what errand you will do on what days. This will save you time. I'll also plan what day I'll go shopping, which is almost always Mondays. I try to buy everything we need for the whole week so I'm not making extra trips. It's just one less thing to think about during the week. And beyond the chores, I plan the things that keep my soul nourished. I write down what day I want to visit the library or meet up with a friend because those things matter. I try to see a friend every week. Just having that social time makes such a difference in how I feel and show up for my family. Lastly, I'll even plan what days I'll take my son to the park. And again, I check the weather for that too. I've learned that a little planning on the front end makes the whole week feel calmer, more intentional, and way less chaotic. And notice this is my non-negotiable. Spending time with my kid is more valuable than having a perfect clean house. When it comes to planning out my days, I actually do it the night before. I found that when I wake up with a clear plan, I feel so much more grounded and peaceful. But here's the golden rule I've given myself and I want to pass on to you. Write your plan in pencil. I used to write my to-do list in pen as if I locked myself into some perfect version of the day. But eventually I realized I'm human and life is full of interruptions, emotions, unexpected things, and that is okay. Using pencil is my little way of giving myself permission to shift, to breathe, and to adjust without guilt. It's a small mind shift, but it helps me approach each day with more grace and less pressure to do it all perfectly. So try it this week. Just grab a pencil and give yourself that freedom. Plan your day, but hold it loosely. You're not a machine, you're a homemaker with a heart. Let grace lead the way. If you currently feel worn out in homemaking, motherhood, or even your marriage, I would love to invite you to my free webinar where I help you to release resentment and rebuild emotional and spiritual strength so you can become joyful, free, and whole again, even if your circumstances don't change. I put the link in the description down below for you to have access to. So something I had to come to terms with is this. I'm not a robot. I used to plan my day down to the minute, with every single task written next to a specific time. And honestly, it never worked. I'd feel behind by 9 a.m. and the whole day would unravel. Now, I don't schedule by the clock. I plan in time blocks. I divide my day into blocks like early morning, late morning, midday, lunch, afternoon, early evenings, and night. Each block has a general focus, not a strict schedule. For example, in my early morning block, I wake up, get ready, prep lunch, get my son ready, and take him to school. That's the rhythm, and it flows so much better than trying to beat the clock. Then comes my morning block, which always starts with two things. First and most important, I spend time with God. Yes, I actually write it into my planner every day. It's not about perfection, it's about intention. Second, this is another golden rule I want to give you. Do the hardest thing first. You know the one, the task that's been hanging over your head, the one you keep avoiding, the one that feels heavy. Tackle it first. It will lift a weight off your shoulders. Even if the rest of the day doesn't go as planned, you'll still feel like you've won. So my morning block is dedicated to what matters most, time with God and the biggest, most important task of the day. By late morning, I shift into work mode. This is when I either focus on my part-time job or dive into writing my YouTube scripts and creating content. If you work from home or have a creative outlet, this is a great time block to give it your full attention as you have the most energy in the morning. And if you're deep in homemaking, this can be your block for catching up on what matters most of the day. By midday, I ease into more hands-on homemaking. For me, this usually means tending to the laundry. Since we use solar energy, I wait until the sun is high before starting the machine. Around this time, I hang clothes on the line and do a few other chores around the house. It's a practical rhythm that fits my energy flow. Lunch is slow and intentional. It's my moment to sit in the sun, take a breath, and simply enjoy the meal I've prepared. Some days, especially when I'm feeling low or worn out, I'll take a longer lunch and spend some extra time with God. In the afternoon, I pick up my son, and from there, our time together begins. Sometimes we visit a friend, head to the library, or walk in the park. I try to keep this block peaceful and unhurried. I had to learn and remind myself often that being present with my child is one of the most important things I can do. Our kids don't need a perfect mom, they need a joyful one. When they see us at peace, they feel safe. Early evenings are for dinner prep depending on the day. If it's a Tuesday or Thursday and we're eating leftovers, it gives us more space to linger with friends or take our time at the library. I love that flexibility. Then comes evenings. We eat dinner, go through our bedtime routine, and depending on the night, we might do something special like a gratitude night or a family game night. If you want to hear more about how I plan little moments during the week to keep my soul nourished and my home joyful, I linked a video that walks through those ideas. Once my son is in bed, my night block begins. This is usually when I tidy up the kitchen if I didn't finish it while cooking, and I'll work on my YouTube tasks that still needs wrapping up. Then I spend time with my husband, and let me say this, don't forget to schedule that in too. Your marriage deserves your presence. It takes intentionality to stay connected, and those quiet moments together in the evening matter. They anchor your relationship and remind you that you're still a team. So that's a glimpse into how I plan my week and structure my days to actually get things done without losing my peace, my presence, or my joy. It's not perfect. Life still throws curveballs, but having a rhythm like this gives me flexibility and direction. It helps me live out my values, love my family well, and keep space for what really matters. If you're currently worn out in homemaking, motherhood, or your marriage, again, I would love to invite you to my free webinar where I help you to release resentment and rebuild emotional and spiritual strength so you can become joyful, free, and whole again, even if your circumstances don't change. I put the link in the description down below for you to have access to. I hope this gave you a little clarity and a lot of encouragement. You don't have to do it all. You just need a rhythm that works for you and your season of life. And remember, you're not just managing a home, you're nurturing hearts, including your own. If you want to know more about preventing burnout in homemaking, check out this video. If you haven't, please press that like and subscribe button, and thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and have a blessed day.